Today's video is brought to you by Camera Store. So welcome up to North Wales, beautiful Isle of Anglesey. Came up here kind of on a whim. I was sort of in the area and decided I'd pop over and spend the rest of the evening tonight, good chunk of tomorrow, shooting my first rolls through this camera right here, one that I've wanted to try for a very long time. This is the Hasselblad XPan. If you're not familiar with the XPan, I'll just talk about it very quickly. I'm sure a lot of you are, but this was a camera that was made by Hasselblad originally in 1998. They released a Model 2 in 2003, but it was never made in huge quantities. I think there was maybe 18,000 of the first model. So not a small amount, but compared to a lot of other cameras, not huge numbers. And obviously what makes this unique is it shoots a very wide format. So I think it's 24 by 65 or 66. So just about the width of two standard 35mm frames. And it does that in a body with a rangefinder, with an aperture priority mode, automatic film wind, a meter, and then some very nice Hasselblad lenses. I think a 45, a 30, and a 90. I have the 45 here. So I'm gonna load in my first roll here and we'll see what this is like. Oh, and also one more thing I should mention as well. When you load in the reel, it actually winds it all out onto the take-up spool, and then as you shoot, it winds each individual frame back into the cassette. So if, say, you open this up mid-roll, your images that you've shot would be safe in the cassette. So a unique feature as well. We'll go ahead and load our first roll and see what this is like. So, like I said, Portra 400. And I'm assuming we just put this to where it says film tip. You can hear it winding it out. Very cool. And it says 20 frames. All right, get started. That's one. So we're gonna venture out here a little bit. The light's really nice on this church right now, kind of side lighting it, giving it some nice shape. But the place that I do want to visit tonight, this is gonna be a massive scramble, is kind of this iconic lighthouse, which is about a 20-minute drive and a 30-minute walk, and it is 8:03, so it's a good thing the days are long, but I'm gonna try and be very quick here so I can get to that spot tonight. But I gotta shoot this. It's a very cool scene. I could see how you would get through film very fast in this camera. So the XPan is a camera that I've wanted to shoot with for probably the past 5 years. I've just never had access to one. And I didn't buy this camera. It was actually sent over to me as a loaner from my friends at Camera Store. And I was pretty excited to shoot with it for the first time, but also just a little worried that I was gonna fall in love with it pretty quickly. All right, spot 2. Beautiful. The light is fading though. What a view. This place, beautiful, just beautiful. Cutting this one a little tight tonight. 9:17. Almost there. Hopefully I'll have about 30, 45 minutes, good light to shoot in. There's the scene we want, way up there. That cross, you can see a lighthouse. The light is just amazing right now. Got a boogie. All right, not totally surprising, but lots of other people here tonight. Don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so busy night up here. A few other photographers around. Sun basically left as soon as I got up here and could kind of find a place to shoot from, but I'm gonna shoot anyways because the light is getting nice and soft. Very kind of blue hour-ish. And it's still a pretty nice scene, so I'm gonna go self-timer for this because there's no cable release, and I'm gonna go f16. Focus in a little bit, but yeah, this is quite nice. Definitely could have used about an extra 30 minutes, so I'll just try and make the most of what I can. So this meter is saying about a quarter of a second. I'm going to double check. I'll probably just trust the Hasselblad meter because I haven't used it, and probably should just get a feel for how good it is. But spot meter here is basically saying that should be fine. I would say it's about a match. It's pretty soft light, so we'll go ahead and we'll just shoot this first one. All right, that's one at this spot. And yeah, with these long days, you can stay out here. It's like 10 o'clock right now. Found another spot here. This one's a little bit quieter, and yeah, this light is just, it's staying really nice for quite long. Obviously the sun is gone, but you're still getting this kind of soft directional light starting to turn into blue hour, and it's still working. So I'll be very curious to see how these look. But this XPan frame for composing is, so far I'm enjoying it. This composition right here, have the lighthouse in the center of the frame, and then you have this path snaking up, and it just works really nice with this wide frame. You have some of the mountains over there. And this is saying a quarter of a second. I'm just gonna, yeah, trust the meter in this thing. Self-timer. Got one more setup here. I do think that light is pretty much lost all its color. The sky has and everything, so yeah, I'll shoot it anyways. Nice composition. And that might be it for tonight. Well, good little taste of the XPan tonight. A few frames first spot, a couple here as well, but looking forward to tomorrow. Gonna have basically the whole day, wake up nice and early, do some sunrise, and then from there, maybe road trip it, heading down through Wales and see what we find. But I would say first impressions just from this evening, like I said earlier, I could see myself, yeah, really enjoying this. Anyways, fun first couple hours, time to pack it in, pick things up tomorrow. So just need to take a quick break now to talk about the sponsor of the video today, which is Camera Store. And if you're not familiar, they are Europe's largest retailer of used film cameras and gear, and they sell worldwide with quick and hassle-free international shipping. And I actually got to go out and visit them last year. And what makes them so unique is that everything they sell is checked, cleaned, tested, and then if necessary, repaired in-house by their team. And it all comes with a warranty. So it's a way to purchase film cameras and lenses with confidence. But they also buy gear as well with a very streamlined process. They'll pay for you to ship it out, they'll check it, and then they'll give you an offer. And if you don't want to accept it, they'll send it back to you. So just a very easy process to get rid of your old equipment that you're not using. So I highly recommend checking Camera Store out, and I will put a link below to their website. Welcome bright and early to day 2. It's about 4 hours since I last saw you. And somewhere down there is South Stack Lighthouse. Cannot see it right now because there's a ton of low-lying fog covering it in, which is actually pretty cool. But this is location one where I figured I would start the day, and gonna get the gear out and we'll see if maybe that clears a little bit or something happens. You can sort of see it right now, just the top peeking out. That's actually pretty cool. I think it's worth shooting one as that light comes around. Not a bad way to start the morning. You can hear the gulls. Get the foghorn going, the cloud rolling through, and then that's kind of it. You can start to see it right now. I'm gonna burn a bit of film this morning, but I think this is worth it. Okay, so I think there's something here I like, just have to wait for some of this fog to clear. But I love the idea of just kind of center framing the lighthouse as some of it starts to dissipate around it, the fog and the mist. Come on. That sun's coming out now, and I think this scene is going to get pretty damn cool very quick. Went for it. That's a roll. So I have a roll of Ultramax, and I actually have some expired Fuji C200, which is a film I love. But I think right now I'm gonna throw in the Ultramax, and then maybe we'll go C200 later in the day as we're driving. Good to go. Okay, so I did a little drive after the sunrise location and hit up a few more spots through town, got some coffee in me, and then ended up at this church here, which I photographed in the past. It has a really interesting scene. There's a graveyard, and then right beside it is this RV park. You can kind of look out with a lighthouse in the distance. So I thought that could be interesting with the XPan format. But yeah, overall so far, I'm really enjoying this thing. Two kind of standout things that I wouldn't say are bugging me, but have kind of caught my attention. First, I feel like the frame lines for the XPan format don't really do it justice, just because, for example, photographing the lighthouse this morning, it was such a tiny element in the frame lines because they're, you know, kind of small. And you have to remind yourself that in the final image, it's probably going to look much more substantial, I hope at least. So a little bit hard to gauge with that, just the nature of what the camera is. Second is with this first XPan version, it actually doesn't give you the exposure readout in the viewfinder, so you have to pull your face away from the camera and look on the back panel, and then it shows you in the little digital screen there. And yeah, shooting in automated modes, you know, it's a little annoying having to, you know, pull your face away to check. I know they fixed that in the version 2, but yeah, anyways, those are minor things. Overall, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. You know, the automation makes it feel kind of like a point and shoot. You can just kind of burn through film pretty quick. So yeah, be curious to see how the images look. But gonna get on the road now and put on some miles, and I'll just kind of montage this. We'll hit a bunch of spots and we'll try and finish up this film. So always got to stop at this spot when I'm in the area. Definite favorite. All right, so just spinning around, came to check out these old pumps that I photographed before. Pretty unique scene here, and it's pretty wild. The roof is actually off of this place now. It's crazy, stuff changes so quickly. Huh, definitely gonna photograph this. So for the last and final roll of this trip, I loaded up some expired Fuji C200, which was one of my favorite films and one that I miss quite a bit. And after photographing these pumps, I got back on the road and crossed my fingers that I'd find one more location on my travels home. I'll tell you what, ending it off with a pretty good find on the way home here. Got this old BMW in here, this old service station. It's a good one. So after a day and a half of working with the XPan, I can say that it's a camera that quickly has won me over, and just a really fun format size to shoot in, and one that I'd like to work with more moving forward. And it's actually inspired me to look into different ways to shoot the XPan frame size that are a little bit easier on the wallet. And that's something that I might explore in a future video. But for now, just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you soon.